Hello, guys. Welcome to sportsbookreview.com. Real Madrid will face Liverpool on Saturday at Olympijski Stadium in Kiev, Ukraine, for the 63rd final. Now, Los Blancos have not lost a single European final since 1981, when they were defeated by none other than Liverpool. And the question on everyone's lips is whether Real Madrid can three-peat. And here to answer those questions and more are Team Bankroll's big hitters, big man on campus, Alex from Need for Tips, and sports writer Martin Green. Boys, thank you so much for being here. How exciting. How's everyone doing?
Pretty good, Nat. How are you?
Very good, very good, very excited. Just before we start, I just want to say this video is powered by Bet365. And before we actually get on to the Champions League final, I've not had an opportunity to thank Team Bankroll. I've done a little thank you on Twitter, but really Team Bankroll have had an amazing season. All the stats and everything is posted up on my Twitter at Natalie Rydstrom. We did 204 units of profit. We gave in total 2,217 picks. 1,075 of those were wins, 1,073 were losses, but an absolute incredible result. And these three here were top of the top three here. So very excited to have you on board and to see what we are going to go for in this amazing final. Now, looking at the odds here by Bet365, we've got Real Madrid 2.25, Liverpool 3.1, and the draw 3.8. So it's very close indeed. But before I get to ask you sort of who you think will win, we're going to talk about some other things first. First of all, Real Madrid have not had the smoothest start, or the smoothest season. They ended in third. Last year, obviously, they were first. Martin, what does this mean? Are they, a lot of people really have them to either lift the trophy or to win Real Madrid. But would you say at this point the playing field is evenly matched?
It's an interesting question. I would say that Real Madrid are paying the price for not investing in their squad in the summer. After you win trophies, you need to go out and spend money to keep everyone on their toes and freshen things up. And Zinedine Zidane didn't do that, so they've been left well behind by Barcelona in the domestic league. Having said that, they really come to life in European competition and they always seem to raise their game. They had a much tougher route to the final than Liverpool, but they've beaten PSG, they've beaten Bayern Munich, and they've beaten Juventus. However, they have ridden their luck a little bit, so I don't think it's a certainty that they're going to win the final. I'd say they've got a better midfield. Their keeper's a bit less dodgy than Liverpool's. Both teams have got poor defences and both teams have got very, very strong attacks. So I'm looking forward to an open, exciting game between two teams that love to take risks, and I can't wait.
I know, me too. This match has goals in it. First of all, Alex, love the t-shirt. I just noticed that t-shirt now. The Bankroll, very nice indeed. Let's have a look at the whole thing. Never bet alone. Exactly. When you've got us on board, you are never betting alone.
It's designed by Shane, one of our viewers, and he wrote earlier that what's with that terrible t-shirt, Alex? Who the hell designed that? So he designed that. He was joking, of course. It's not from. This is not from Johan. You can see it. It's on my T-shirt. It's not on the screen. You have it in the middle of the screen up, but you have it also on my T-shirt. Yeah, I'm really happy that the season final comes to an end. You mentioned the statistics. You mentioned the records, but you didn't mention that Big Man and myself covered the Europa League and we killed it this season. Not only that, but last week when it was the final, all our tips were winners. And this is what we are expecting again from Champions League in the final. It's a great moment. Someone was writing on Twitter that he would love to see this match the best from 7. I would say the best from 3, but unfortunately we have just one match. It all comes down to one match. Beautiful sides, two amazing sides. Real Madrid a lot more experience than Liverpool in Champions League, but I posted a message on Twitter, I think that yesterday it was, in 1981 when Eintracht Frankfurt won the DFB Pokal, when it was a wedding in the British kingdom. Again, a huge with Charles and Diana. And when Champions League final, it was between Liverpool and Real Madrid. Imagine who won. Liverpool won. So I'm expecting the same thing. I'm not betting it, but I hope that Liverpool will win this time.
I hope so. That would be kind of cool, but I don't know. Big man, obviously Martin sort of, and I think the odds as well reflect that. You've got, both teams to score 1.44 Bet365, over 2.45 goals, sorry, 1.44. If you want to combine those though, not a bad price there. Alex Classic 1.7 at Coral. Is there any way that this match could be an unders game?
It's hard to envision it would be. I mean, that's obviously the polar opposite of what I would consider would happen in this game. I just don't see it. I mean, you have two of arguably the best attacks in the world, plenty of stars all over this pitch. Martin mentioned the dynamic midfield that Real Madrid possesses. Both these teams possess great midfields. I just can't see it. I mean, Champions League games generally, even finals generally, are high scoring. You look at last year, high scoring. I'm just not looking to sit on my hands the entire game and bet an under in a match like this. I think there are two opinions that I'm looking at. One of which I have a future that I've discussed before on the show on Liverpool. I will probably hedge. I don't generally like to, but I do have a concern about certain things about Liverpool. But I do want to put to rest one of Ken's concerns. Ken, like many Liverpool fans, are concerned about Ramadan with Sadio Mane and Salah. One opinion that most Muslims do entertain is if you're traveling, that is an exemption generally for fast. So I wouldn't generally put a ton of belief into that. Also, keep in mind, sundown will be after or before this game begins. So I'd imagine if they would imagine even
We will take
partake in
some
fasting.
burgers. Come on,
Yes,
let's eat some
correct.
burgers before the match.
Yes, but again, traveling is generally a fasting exemption. So I don't know that in a level of competition like this that will affect them. But it is a fairly interesting point to think about. I don't see it. They will probably break fast just because they're traveling.
Yeah. Well, a show of hands. So obviously we're all going for the over 2.5 goals, but at 1.44, that's low. A show of hands who would take the over 3.5 goals at 2.1. Is your your hand is off screen, but
Yeah,
okay, Martin's
he's,
all right. So Martin's like, okay, Martin's like, if both teams to score was, do we think both teams are scoring?
Oh, surely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Now
I mean,
the other question is,
Natalie,
mhm.
the thing about these two teams, one of the RS Jacobs is talking about, will they play tight? I don't think these teams play tight. I mean, does Jurgen Klopp know anything about parking a bus? He didn't park a bus up,
No,
5-1 or whatever it was in the Roma game.
absolutely.
I mean, they don't park the bus. They go forward no matter
I
what. I don't really ever see Real Madrid parking it either. I just don't think it's in these teams' DNA to do that.
what I think it will happen in this game. I think that Liverpool will press high from the first whistle of the referee. Will press high. Will try to score fast in the game. This is not fasting, but fast. I think that this is what they do better. They will try to put the pressure from the beginning on Real Madrid, and it will be an incredible match. Cristiano Ronaldo and Mohamed Salah are separated by just 2 goals all season long in all competitions, with CR7 scoring 50 and Mo Salah scoring 48. Also for country, also for club, also in all competition. I mean, and not only that, but in 7 of Real's 12 Champions League fixtures this season, we've seen 4 goals and more. And in 8 of Liverpool's 14 Champions League matches, the same thing. So again, we should expect a high scoring affair. Big Man said that they don't know to defend. Exactly, they don't know to defend. They have a huge attack, both teams, but they lack big time in their defense. I don't think that, come on, Van Dijk or the others from Real Madrid will keep clean sheets in this one. So yeah, Alex Classic should be by far the banker in this match.
Yeah, and not bad the odds as well. Now, actually, Barry Watts is bringing up some sort of specials markets, and I've got a few here. Now, Alex, you said about pressing for that goal early on. Some options here: time of first goal, 0 to 15 minutes, 2.75; 15 to 30 minutes, 3.25. We don't normally talk specials bets, but they were some two I was looking at. And then the other one was sometimes in these matches when they start off, you had a lot of midfield action with this. So the second half being the highest scoring half at 1.9. Big man, I'll start with you. As far as specials bets, we'll get to anytime goal scorers in a minute, but any other sort of specials bets? So Barry Watts mentioned both teams to score in both halves. Have you looked at any of those sorts of bets for this match, sort of prop bets?
I mean, maybe I'd always seemingly consider, in soccer, generally, a team could go down 1-0. Obviously, the goal in the first half when you're down 1-0 is get that goal to tie before halftime. Maybe a win from behind bet or something. I would. I have a feeling Liverpool is one of those. How do you say, like dream seasons? Let's say. You're seeing it in the NHL and hockey right now in America with the Vegas Golden Knights. They're a brand new team. It's their first year. They're going all the way to the finals. It's an unconscionable kind of season. Liverpool is at a similar level. I don't think any of us for the season forecasted this. If you would have told me Liverpool was in the final, I'd have told you you're crazy. Um, could they be on one of those magical seasons where, let's say, they go down in this game maybe and just try to get that goal before half and they get it and maybe come back and win? I don't generally look. The only special I really ever take a look at is win to nil, and I'm surely not on that in this match. I can't say I have too many specials, but I might consider some of the goal scorer ones, which I guess is considered a special bet as well. But I'm more or less looking at both teams to score over 2.5. And trying to find a decent way to hedge out of this bet. Obviously, the key would be lift the trophy, but I'm going to kind of decide on that later.
Yeah,
So,
Martin, I know again. Go
sorry
on.
to interrupt. Really quick. Barry Watts, great value, 9 to 1 on both teams to score in both halves. I really like that, and I'm trying one. I will even bet it from today. Liverpool to win at halftime, Real Madrid to win at full time at 26 right now.
Wow, that is a special bet. I know we do. Again, it's something that we don't really sort of delve into. We have our bets that we stick to that now have become known as classics. I'm guessing Martin won't be playing his classic, a team in the under 4.5 goals. But Martin, have you looked at any prop bets or specials bets for this match?
I haven't really, to be honest. I think prop bets are fun. Special bets are really fun. You get a load of them with the Super Bowl. It's the same with the World Cup final. You start getting weird and wonderful things. I think it certainly adds a bit of interest, but for serious sports bettors, I think it's better to stay away from those sort of things. They're often quite unpredictable. I'd rather stick to a few tried and tested classics that have been working for us all season, as you mentioned. So I'm sticking to total goals and goal scorer markets. I think. I mean, you can bet on all sorts of crazy things, but no, I'm staying away from them, unfortunately.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm quite liking like the bets that I just mentioned, even highest scoring half being the second. I think once, So those are the ones that I'm looking at. Now, obviously, anytime goal scorers. There's, obviously you've got your main two there, Ronaldo and Salah up front. Ronaldo, you get 1.66, bet 365. Mo Salah 1.8. Those odds vary. You can get higher at other sports books. So shop around there. 1.8 I found for Ronaldo, anytime goal scorer. We all know he likes the big stage. Is it a surge? Should we all put money on Ronaldo to score any time? I know he's had an injury. Is it worth doing that? Or is there some other? You've got Sadio Mane, 3.5. You can get. Is it better value elsewhere? Martin, I know you like to play anytime goal scorers. Who would get your money?
I mean, it sounds like a bit of an obvious thing to do, but I am going to back Ronaldo and Salah both to score at any time. I think if either team's going to win, they're going to be looking to their main men. Both of them are playing with a great deal of confidence this season. I think Ronaldo's bonus is that he takes penalties, and Real Madrid often get awarded penalties. He banged one in against Juventus. So I think that looks a very good bet. I've got 1.82 or 1.8 with some sports books on that. Mohamed Salah as well. I just think he's got the pace to really terrify this Real Madrid defence. I think there's a few ageing legs there, and they'll target the fullbacks. I can see them winning the ball in pretty dangerous positions, and I can see Salah, Firmino, and Mane all getting chances in front of goal.
Yeah.
But Salah is the more deadly. You saw Mane miss a good few chances against Roma in the first leg, and then Salah just put away his two. Very clinical fashion. He's really playing with a great deal of confidence. So yeah, those are the two I'd be looking at, as well as you can actually get very good odds on Firmino as well. So maybe a smaller stake on Firmino. He's been in fantastic. Yeah.
Yeah. I would say again, apart from we've got Ken Peacock, Bale to score, RS Jacobs 5, Love Mane at that price. So we've got a few bets here. Benzema to score first. You heard it from me first, says Jude. Alex, are you playing anytime goal scorer, and who would you get your money?
I would say that Ronaldo and Salah don't have value for anytime goal scorer in this match. I prefer to bet either Firmino, either Benzema, either Sadio Mane. Some of those guys have value, and or Asensio. Also, you can look at him. Also, Isco. It's one good play. They are unbelievable players. All of them, from middle and up in both teams, are incredible players. Unfortunately for Liverpool, the Ox is out, and he could be a huge blow for Liverpool. But I think that they will play their best match the whole season long, because it's the final after all. And I think that this should say everything. They will not think about the World Cup. They will not think about not getting injured. They are going all in, both teams. They are better for them to win Champions League than to win. Some of them, they don't have even a lot of chance to win the trophy, to win the World Cup trophy. So they will go all in for this. And just a single a trend here. Everybody, I saw. Anyway. I have something to do with one of the bookies, online bookies. I never mentioned the name. I don't do marketing on that, but I'm collaborating. On our site, on the site that I'm managing, it's with Bitcoin, so it doesn't matter the name. 65% are with Real Madrid and 35% are with Liverpool in this one.
All right. Well, we're going to get to who we think will win very, very shortly. But I just want to ask Big Man as well. Apart from, and when we're seeing a whole bunch of sort of familiar names here, everyone seems to be focusing sort of on the top 5. But apart from Ronaldo and Salah, who else do you think we should put our money on for anytime goal scorer?
Yeah, I do agree with Alex on, and I know Martin's been very involved with Ronaldo, and look, you can make a lot of money betting on him to score every game. He generally does it. For me, though, I think I've made it clear. I'm very much interested in laying some of the bigger prices. I'm not laying a ton of money on these. One thing I will say, though, I think it's important with whatever side you bet. I think it's always important in a championship, whether it's the Super Bowl, whether it's a Champions League, betting MVPs or man of the matches. In soccer, it's much more pronounced. I think it's a foregone conclusion that whoever wins these matches, it's either going to be Ronaldo or Salah. You can get both those at plus money prices. I think it's very unlikely that anyone else will be picked. If they have some sort of cemented, performance in the match, they'll be man of the match. It's just going to happen. As far as goal scorers, I'm looking way down the line. I'm looking at set pieces, things like that. A Dejan Lovren, that kind of 16-1, something like that. Random
anytime goal scorer.
Yes, random set pieces and things like that. They'll be in the box. They'll have the opportunity. Lovren has scored a couple, randomly this year.
Sergio Ramos.
Yeah, something like that. I'm looking more towards the bottom. Ramos also maybe to be carded, which is one of those random ones. But yeah, I'm looking man of the match more or less because I think you can kind of
Yeah.
really, in soccer, kind of if it's if Liverpool wins, it'll be Salah. If Real Madrid, it's most likely going to be Ronaldo. He'll have some sort of
Yeah.
performance in this match.
Yeah. Big. I have
Or
to
it could
say,
be
a
Sergio Ramos.
great market. Sergio Ramos. We've got for the prices of these though, Ronaldo man of the match 6, Mo Salah 7, Sergio Ramos 12. So that's actually quite a cool little market that you've picked out, and you make some really good points. All right. So before we actually get to your bets, let us discuss who we think will be lifting the trophy. Real Madrid currently priced 1.66 and Liverpool 2.25. And then obviously to win the match, Real Madrid 2.25, Liverpool 3.1, with the draw being 3.8. Start us off, Alex. Is
Real
your money
Madrid,
going
Real
on
Ma-
them?
is not going. I know I'm not betting, but I think that Real Madrid to lift the trophy at 1.7 with William Hill, the best odds on the market right now. I think that they will lift the trophy. I'm counting on their experience. I'm counting on writing another page of history. I hate Real Madrid, you know that, but I think that they will lift the trophy. I love Liverpool. I'm Liverpool fan, and I must admit that Real Madrid have the experience. Liverpool are missing some important names, like Oxley Chamberlain, like Emre Can. Yeah, Emre Can just started to train with the team, but I don't think that he will be 100% prepared for that final. Yeah, Real Madrid at 1.7 to lift the trophy. Not official bet, just a thought.
All right. Okay. Martin, over to you. Who's winning? Who's lifting the trophy?
This is fiendishly difficult for me, actually. I've backed Real Madrid throughout the competition this year. Everyone was saying that PSG would win that last 16 tie, but I went with Real Madrid. They did it. And they also got the better of Bayern Munich and Juventus and bet on them every single time. And it kept paying off, which I was very pleased about. I think Real Madrid have the better midfield, a far better midfield. I mean, Toni Kroos, Luka Modric, Casemiro, and Isco is just 10 times better than the likes of James Milner and Jordan Henderson. They really should run rings around them in the middle of the park. And if anything, I would say that that is going to swing it in Real Madrid's favour. But having said that, I wouldn't be surprised if Liverpool were 3 or 4-0 up after half an hour. The way they've been playing, the way they played, the way Man City were Champions League favourites and they just swarmed all over them like a red army. They were winning the ball in dangerous positions, forcing these once untouchable players into horrendous mistakes, and they absolutely pulverised them. If Mohamed Salah plays well, they could go on and win it, which really makes me a bit nervous about playing the winner market. But if pressed, I would go with Real Madrid for their experience, for Sergio Ramos's experience, for the deadliness of Cristiano Ronaldo up front, and just for that far stronger midfield.
Yeah, I just want to make sure as well that people know right now we're talking, we haven't got to our official bets. We're sort of saying hypothetically, we'll see if that is part of someone's official bet. So there's 2 for Real Madrid to lift the trophy if pushed. What are you going for, big man?
I like I said, I gave all that, preamble about dream season and stuff. And I think Martin makes a great point. I remember coming back from Texas when I was at the Final Four, and I remember watching on the plane Liverpool just destroy Manchester City in that 3-0 match. I just don't see it. I don't see them beating Real Madrid. He makes another good point of just the sheer just domination that they have in the midfield. I mean, James Milner and guys like that. I mean, even Trent Alexander-Arnold's played well in the back end, but just it's hard to think a guy like that. I mean, this team has won the Champions League 3 out of the last 4 years. They're truly a dominating team over the years. And in these matches, they're literally throwing all their eggs into this basket. They have not had a good domestic season. This is the championship. This is the one that they care about. I just, and to all the Liverpool fans, I like Liverpool. I root for them. They're my favorite English team. But and I love Salah. He's probably the nicest, most humble athlete I've ever seen. But I just don't see it. I think Real Madrid wins fairly easily here. Like always, we want to believe that Real Madrid will lose, but I've learned more and more that betting against them in big time games is just it's not a smart proposition. I think
Yeah.
Real Madrid will win full time.
Yeah. I think as well, the question is which Liverpool will turn up on the day. You know, we've seen Liverpool, playing in the Champions League against Man City, but then we've also seen them draw 2-2 to West Brom, 0-0 to Stoke. You know, teams that they should be walking over. I'm guessing we're going to see the best Liverpool. We have to. It's the Champions League final. For that reason, well, that's one of the reasons that I won't be officially playing the outright, and would probably lean towards the sort of the team with the more experience in the Champions League final, and Real Madrid looking to write history again. So for me, my lean would be Real Madrid, but I am not officially playing that. Right. So now is the final time to find out what exactly our bets are. Martin, what are you going for? Your official bet for the Champions League final 2018. What be it?
For me, it's going to have to be the Alex Classic, both teams to score and over 2.5 goals. I can't look past it. I'm tempted to push it to 3.5 goals, but I just feel like it could end up 2-1. So I'm going to stick with that at 1.7. I'm looking very intently at the goal scorers markets. I haven't made my mind up yet, but I like Ramos at long odds. I like Firmino, and I like Salah as well. But yeah, I'll go for both teams to score and over 2.5 goals.
All right,
1.7.
Alex Classic. Big man, what are you going for?
I'm going to go both teams to score and over 2.5 as well. I don't see any better bet on the card, and I will hedge with Real Madrid probably in full time. Listen, if they win in penalties, then I guess I lose. But I just think if they're going to win, it's going to be in full time. I think, and I agree with Martin. I think it'll be 2-1, but I think it'll be a 2-1 that's fairly dominating if you can do that. Maybe even 3-1. I'll go main bet though. Both teams to scoring over 2.5 as well. 1.7. I like that a lot.
Yeah. I'm feeling it might be a full house. Alex, what are you going for?
Yeah, I'm going for exactly the same thing as my banker. And I will put also 1 unit on over 3.5 goals in the match at 2.25.
Yeah. I have to say, broken record here, but Alex Classic both teams to score in the over 2.5 goals. I have, from talking in this video, I really like those the man of the match betting odds as well. Way to hedge your bets there. I think fantastic value. So I think that's got to be played as well. And there's a few prop bets that I'm looking at, an anytime goal scorer. But the one official bet that I'm giving is both teams to score and the over 2.5 goals. So there we are. Team Bankroll,
And
all
come on,
in agreement.
Let's go Liverpool.
Yeah, I know.
Let's go Liverpool. Come on.
2-1 to Liverpool. Yes. All right. Thank you very much, Martin, Big Man, and Alex. Thank you to everybody watching. Don't forget, World Cup is just around the corner. I think it's like 2.5 weeks, 2 weeks, something like that. It is here, guys, and very exciting indeed. So more time to make some profit before the new season begins. But thank you once again to everybody. Best of luck. Enjoy the match, and we'll see you very soon.
Thank you.